I couldn't possibly fit them all in. So the disclaimer is that I've only chosen a couple of examples, but also I will be putting all the rest of them up on our Facebook group site. So that means you have to join if you haven't already done so. And those of you who are not yet on Facebook, well, you'll just have to join just for our group because it's fabulous. So we start with VOV, and of course, VOV has produced, the reason we're starting with them is because they had produced this fabulous song that just took over the world very quickly. Here it is. Hold on a second. I think I was told that my sound is not coming through. So hold on. Here we go. Right. We're going back and there. Here I thought that the sound was, so that was the previous slide was of course VOV and their washing hands song. What you've heard there was the Deputy Prime Minister of Vietnam talking about if we are united, all Vietnamese people are united, together we will win. You also heard John Oliver on HBO's Last Week Tonight show comment about the song and how it's become a sensation. There was also the voice of the US ambassador in the music background, who's the ambassador to Vietnam, and he was supporting Vietnam in this fight. And there's also a British nurse whose husband contracted coronavirus and received treatment in Vietnam and recovered very quickly. So a terrific video, a terrific campaign that went on all platforms. And what you can see there is the team who produced it and also the singers and some of the marketing that went out. So, so now we will go to KBS. 함께 따라 해볼까요? 손 씻기 함께 할까요? 이 노래 끝날 때까지면 돼요. 손바닥, 손등, 손가락까지. 사랑은 당신 손에 있죠. 충분히 오래 깔끔히 꼭 구매 않는 대신 10초만 더 꼼꼼히 손을 씻어요. 충분히 오래 씻어요. 사랑하는 마음만큼 서로를 아껴주어요. So what you heard there was sorry for going forward, but I was not able to stop it properly. So what you heard was the mask song, and there's another wash hands song. Both were composed, sung, and narrated by presenters of KBS radio music programs who are well-known musicians and singers, and they sound very friendly and are very rhythmical. And I think every radio station would love to have musicians like that presenting, right? So that was KBS radio, and now we go to All India Radio. And All India Radio produced a huge number of promos and programs about coronavirus. So I'll quickly play you one, which is awareness. The first one is called Mask. So there's a dad talking to his daughter. The dad is about to leave for the office when his daughter points out that he has forgotten his mask. So there's a message around the need to wear masks in public. And it also talks about joining hands to beat the pandemic.
അച്ഛനൊരു കാര്യം മറന്നു.
ഏയ് ഒന്നും മറന്നില്ല. ബാഗ് എടുത്തു, മൊബൈൽ എടുത്തു, പേഴ്സ് എടുത്തു. ഇതാ താക്കോലും എന്റെ കയ്യിലുണ്ട്. പിന്നെന്താ?
ഇതെല്ലാം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഏറ്റവും വേണ്ട കാര്യം അച്ഛൻ മറന്നിരിക്കുക. ഇത് അച്ഛന്റെ മാസ്ക്.
സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് ഏപ്രിൽ 30 മുതൽ പൊതുസ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും ജോലിസ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും മാസ്ക് നിർബന്ധമാക്കിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഈ നിർദ്ദേശം ലംഘിക്കുന്നവർക്കെതിരെ ഇന്ത്യൻ ശിക്ഷാ നിയമം 290 പ്രകാരം നടപടി ഉണ്ടാകും. ഓർമ്മിക്കുക, പൊതുസ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും ജോലിസ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും മാസ്ക് ധരിക്കുക. കോവിഡിനെതിരായ പോരാട്ടത്തിൽ പങ്കാളിയാവുക.
And the second segment, which I'll play only a little bit of, is called Awareness. It's actually a dialogue between legendary characters, Narad and Dhanvarntari, traditional medical expert from Hindu mythology. And the public service message there informs listeners about how COVID-19 spreads and the need for prompt medical care, usage of masks, and staying home to avoid infection. So it's a great use of tradition in hoping to fight against a pandemic that is very modern.
नारायण नारायण.
प्रणाम नारद मुनीवर, काय खबर आहे विश्वाची?
प्रभू, पृथ्वी तलावर एक महामारी फैलावली आहे. कोरोना या विषाणूच्या प्रकोपामुळे मानव प्रजातीवर मोठं संकट ओढवलंय. नारायण नारायण.
मुनीवर, तुम्हाला सांगतो, हा आजार अतिशय घातक आहे बरं. एकमेकांच्या संसर्गात आल्यानं झपाट्यानं हा आजार पसरतो.
नारायण नारायण.
खोकला, शिंक, थुंकीतून उडणारा द्रव अशा संसर्गानं बाधित व्यक्तींनी हाताळलेले पृष्ठभाग, वस्तू अशा व्यक्तींच्या संपर्कात आल्यास त्याला या आजाराची बाधा होते.
And here, from there, we go to RRI Indonesia. And this is a little piece about the education programs that RRI has been doing. So in Indonesia, COVID-19 pandemic has caused many obstacles, as you've heard from Widi. And that one of the obstacles includes education. For regular students, the government provides internet-based distance learning facilities. But students who are not as able as other students were finding it difficult. So in cases where teachers come to RRI studios and deliver lessons through the radio broadcast, that works for regular students. However, such a program is not really suitable for students with disabilities. It's difficult for them to follow lessons through the internet and radio broadcasts. So to cope with these challenges, RRI facilitated the transportation for teachers. So they came to their students' houses and did the teaching there. Absolutely amazing program. It's a long and difficult journey for the teachers, as you can see there, because many of them have to come by boats and other modes of transport to far away places and villages. Sometimes they have to cross small paths at edges of forests just to get to the students' houses. But RRI feels that this is their role and they're giving this back to the students with disabilities during the pandemic era. It's a very big effort, but for the sake of education for disabled students, RRI tries its best to contribute. Fantastic program. And this one is from Australia. Now, this person, as some of you will know, some of you who lived in Australia will know who he is, but he's a broadcaster, a sports broadcaster who's been around for more than 40 years. And people who listen to him actually know his voice very well. So he decided to use his voice for good this time, not just for sport, which is also good, of course, but in the fight against the pandemic to make sure that people did the right things. So, and this is from 2GB, which is a talk station, which broadcasts a lot of sport, which he calls, and here's what he's come up with.
G'day, I'm Ray Hadley. Through my years of calling rugby league, almost 40 of them, I guess I'm best known for the catchphrase,
Don't touch the sets, don't touch the dolls, don't go anywhere.
with the coronavirus impacting on all our lives, never has that statement been more true. So do me a favour. Don't touch anything and don't you go anywhere. Do the right thing and follow the self-isolation rules. And together, we'll get through this terrible time. Don't touch your sets, don't touch your dolls, don't you go anywhere. And stay right here with us on 2GB 873.
So that's actually a great way to end. So a good example as well, because not only does he tell you not to touch anything, but also not to touch your dial. So don't touch anything, but stay on radio. And with that, I return back to you, Claire.
Thank you.